Welcome back to Portfolio, everyone. We have some huge news from Tesla today. They just announced a 5-for-1 stock split that will take into effect on August 31st. So today we're going to go over this news, talk about how we think it's going to impact the company, and actually determine if this is a good thing for investors and if investors should be buying now, pre-split, or even post-split. So of course we know with the stock split, it actually doesn't change anything fundamental with the company, just the price per share will be decreased and there'll be more shares on the market. But the overall underlying company has not changed. So we're going to go over if this is actually a good thing for Tesla investors or for people who are thinking about adding to Tesla or actually starting a new position in the company, if this news means it's a great time to buy. So as we know, Tesla has been on an insane run up over the past 12 months and shares are being currently traded around $1,400 a share. In the past 12 months, the shares are up over 500%, which is absolutely ridiculous to even think of. Currently, after market, shares are up 6% since this news was announced, up 6.8% since the market has closed a couple hours ago. Pre-market, during the trading day today, Tesla shares actually dropped 3%, but they have more than recovered and are up around 6.8% in after-hours trading. So this news of a stock split was actually going to take into effect on August 31st. And in reality, this does make Tesla's shares maybe more affordable to younger investors and investors who may not have that nice cash balance to afford $1,400 a share or higher. But in reality, you have to understand that this does not actually change Tesla as a company. Fundamentals of Tesla have not changed. There are just more shares being traded on the market for a lower price, but the overall valuation of the company still remains the same as it is today. So in reality, this is better for smaller investors who are looking forward to adding and getting more shares. But that only represents a small amount of money in the market, and those large institutional investors who create billions of dollars of funds, what are really driving the changes in share price, those funds actually have the money to pay whatever they want per share. So having Tesla shares be worth $200 to $300 a share compared to $1,400 is no difference for those large institutional investors who control a large percent of the funds in the market. But overall, this is big news for those people who do own smaller accounts like myself and are interested in purchasing a couple more shares of Tesla. But of course, one thing you have to keep in mind that a lot of free brokerages out there do offer fractional shares. So of course, if you currently could not afford the $1,400 a share, you could still buy a fraction of that share with $100, $200, or even $1. So of course, this isn't big news because if you were really dedicated and really wanted to be a shareholder of Tesla today, there are a lot of brokerages out there that allow you to do that, even if they can't afford that full price for one share. So of course, how we think this is going to affect the company is different for anyone. We have to wait and see post-split to see how the shares perform. But I just think the idea for a lot of young investors who really aren't understanding how the market performs or what a stock split really is, when they see Tesla post-split at a couple $100 a share, I believe it may make it more attractive to those investors and they may either add to or start their positions in the company. But of course, you always have to remember to do some research. Don't just buy Tesla because of the hype. Understand what you're buying into. Do a little bit of research into the company to understand what their goals are for the future and how the company has grown, and if you believe the company will continue to grow long into the future. Tesla is the largest car manufacturer in the world right now, and I do believe, in my personal opinion, that this company will grow larger to where it is than where it is today. So that news just got announced a couple hours ago of this 5-for-1 stock split. And of course, this is big news because it was actually rumored before that Tesla would have never done a stock split. Rumors before in the market were talked about how Tesla has never even thought about doing a stock split, and they have no problem seeing their shares rise up in price to the $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 range per share, and they had no interest in doing a split. So personally, this caught me by surprise when I heard this news, and I just think it's a nice move because Tesla really wants younger investors who may be the people purchasing their cars to actually think about investing in the stock as well. So we have to look at some other things regarding Tesla and just take a look at how the company is doing as a whole. So what we can see here, a couple of their big headlines is that after Tesla's latest earnings report, they have been profitable for 4 consecutive quarters, which means they are now eligible to join the S&P 500. So it'll be very interesting to see if they are put into the index, but they actually reached all the thresholds and all the criteria because they posted their 4th consecutive profitable quarter. So Tesla is growing. Of course, we see record deliveries each and every quarter. If we take a look, Q2 2020, Tesla delivered 90,000 vehicles. So I made a video on this when this number came out. One thing's very important to take a look at is that Q2 was a very tough year for the overall market. That sector and that overall market took a beating because that's when the economic shutdown occurred. People weren't really out there spending money. They weren't really, making those luxury purchases like a new car. And of course, a lot of people got laid off and they couldn't really, go to their job. So it was very interesting to see that Tesla could actually still produce 82,000 vehicles, and they actually were able to deliver over 90,000 vehicles in Q2. So it just shows that they can continue to operate the business and actually get products to consumers even during a period of economic slowdown, which is great to see. So we all know Tesla. We all know the big famous CEO Elon Musk and his drive to continue to innovate and continue to grow. And I do believe Tesla will continue to grow. In my personal opinion, I'm a bull on the stock. I do believe in Tesla long term because I do love the product. I think Tesla creates superior products that haven't been matched yet by any competitors at scale. And I do believe that is what's going to set them apart. Their continued need for innovation and the fact that they are currently delivering high quality products to consumers, I think they will be able to ramp up production. They announced that they're opening a new factory in Texas, which is great to see. They have factories opening across the globe, and I do believe this company is just going to continue to grow very nicely over the next coming years. For the next 5 to 10 years, I believe with Elon Musk as CEO, they will continue to innovate and continue to drive forward. So of course, we're on Tesla's website right now. You can see, if you aren't familiar, they have a couple different models of their vehicles. They have a Model X, the more premium version. They have a Model 3 and a Model X, so 2 different types of sedans. And of course, some very big hype coming out in the next couple of years. They have the Cybertruck. So of course, if you haven't seen the Cybertruck yet, this is it. It has a very, very modern design, something we've never seen before in a pickup truck. And Tesla honestly created with this design to be unique. They want to stand out. They want to be eye-catching. So this Cybertruck is not on the market just yet. They're working towards getting it up to production at scale. You can put in a pre-order, and by the end of 2021, they expect to actually have some deliveries and people driving the cars on the road. So personally, I am a big fan of this car. I really do like the modern design, and I really think this is going to be opening a huge market for Tesla. There hasn't really been a strong electric pickup truck on the market yet. Of course, a lot of traditional companies are working and actually have one, in production and are innovating towards having one on the market. But if you drive on the roads today, there isn't that big name electric vehicle pickup truck just yet. And I do believe if Tesla can be one of the first to market and first to get their pickup trucks on the road, they will steal some market share away from the other large traditional manufacturers for pickup trucks. So I think Tesla is in a great position right now. I believe that they are going to continue to grow. And it's great to see that they are profitable. They posted those 4 consecutive quarters of profitability. So I just think everything they're doing right now, and I just think they're growing very nicely. And I really do believe in the company as a whole. And I think this 5-for-1 stock split isn't going to do too much for the company overall. Because I understand what a stock split is, and I really hope you get to take the time to do some research where you really have to understand that a stock split does not change the underlying company. So personally, in my opinion, I don't think their shares will see much of a change post-split. Of course, with some companies, when people buy the split and after post-split numbers, the share prices rise. I do not think that's going to happen in this case, only because people who are bullish on Tesla and who are actually looking at the fundamentals and understand the company and actually understand the vision and what Elon Musk is envisioning for the future and his goals for the future, then you have to understand that this company, whether you're buying at $1,400 a share or at $200 to $300 a share, is the same company. And if they like the company pre-split, they're going to still like the same company post-split. And I really think because of all the brokerages out there that offer fractional shares, that stock splits are kind of less useful than they used to be. I think that before the stock split and before fractional shares were a thing, stock splits meant more to individual investors, because before you could buy fractional shares, that a lot of investors would not be owning Tesla right now. Smaller, Gen Z, some millennial investors may not be able to put up $1,400 for one share of Tesla. So now that we have these fractional shares and we have all these different options of investing, I believe there's a lot of investors who, if they like the company, they already own it, even though the share is at $1,400, because they own a fraction of a share. So I really don't think this share split is really going to impact the company too much. And of course, it really shouldn't, because the underlying company of Tesla hasn't changed. But of course, you never know what's going to happen. The market sways very rapidly each and every day. And of course, with a volatile stock like Tesla, who has seen insane ups and downs over the past 12 months, we have to wait and see on August 31st, once that split goes into effect, how the shares will perform. So everyone, that was the big update from Tesla. They just announced a big stock split today. So I had to make a quick update video on that and go over what that meant for the company and how we actually think that's going to do and perform over the long term. So please like and subscribe, everyone. I'm the Gen Z Investor, and every single day on this channel, we talk about different stocks you can buy overall stock market performance, and any other big stock market news and headlines. So thank you for watching. We'll see you in tomorrow's video.